Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am delighted to welcome you all for our energetic and enthusiastic 583rd meeting of Coromandel Toastmasters Club, Area 4, Division A and District 120. Okay, I am Shaju. I am doing the Sergeant at Arms for this meeting. I would like to say 2 to 3 grounds rule. Usually we following in the Toastmasters meeting. The first thing is switch off all the mobiles. Otherwise, just put it on silent. The second thing is, as a Toastmaster, don't talk about sex, religion, or politics. Refrain from these topics. The third thing is, don't cross talk. The Toastmasters, it is one of the international organization, non-profit organization, which help everyone to grow and grow their professional and leadership skills. It has almost 15,800 clubs overall in 149 countries. So, as a Toastmaster, we can learn and we will get a lot of information from all other members and we can learn together.
As an SAA, you welcome the guests to the meeting and set the stage and inform the ground rules. And finally, give the mission of the Toastmasters. Okay. So, thank you, Toastmaster Sarju, for setting up the stage here. I welcome you all to the meeting number 583 of Coromandel Toastmasters Club. Good evening, all. Get out of comfort zone. Accept the change. So these are the things help you to transform. But we have a special person who will be describing all these aspects of transformation. Okay. So before that, I would like to say 3 things we need to focus on whenever we want to transform something. The first one should be, there should be change in the culture. The cultural change that helps you to transform. Okay. And what can be the next one? What can be the next one?
Acceptance during transformation.
Yeah. So how will be transforming that? So first you need to change the culture. Suppose you are doing some way, then you need to shift to the other way. That is the cultural change. Then yeah, the system should be changed. So suppose you are working in a particular system, the system should be changed.
First you have to identify the mistake what is happening.
Right.
Then you have to shift the steps.
Right. So these are the things. So we'll be learning more on the transformational changes through a special person who will be conducting the meeting today. Now let's welcome our hero of today's meeting. So who is working as an HR professional in TVS Electricals. So let's welcome all Toastmaster Gokul to the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva, for setting the stage, and I would like to welcome all the Toastmasters members and the guests for the meeting. I'll be your TMOD for the day. So the theme, which is, you all know what is the theme, right?
Embracing change.
Yeah, embracing change. What can you define what is embracing? What is change? Accepting.
Not only accepting, you have to take it as within you.
Take decision and then
Again.
great. So we used to say this, but how many of us doing it in a lifetime, right? Good. A very simple change. The morning, waking up at 5 o'clock is a big, change. To embrace it, we keep several alarms, right? So that is very difficult in this present world. So let me start with a small story. There's a butterfly called, caterpillar called Leah, which stays in a garden very comfortably, munching on the leaves, enjoying the sun. It is doing its routine life every day. It's very calm for them. And one day, the other butterfly flew away the, Leah's path. He was asking Leah, "You are a caterpillar. In a few days, you'll be changed into a butterfly. Are you ready for the transformation?" Leah was so surprised and skeptical. Why? Why should I? Everything is comfortable here, right? I have food, I have sunlight, I have ambient, everything is good. I'm not ready for the change. The other butterfly smiled and said, "It's scary when you see change happening, but that is the only way that you can see who really you are in your life." It just flew away. Days pass on. Leah was so comfortable and she can sense her body is signing something that it's a time to form a cocoon. Now she got really worried. Oh, that what she said is true. I need to go for transformation, but I'm not ready. What will be, how do I feel in the cocoon? Will it be dark? Will I be alone there? Do I have the strength to break the cocoon and come out? What if I get stuck? So all this question, was giving us so much of depression. Silently, the single voice from her said, "Leah, cool down. This is a process. Transformation is a process. You have to undergo the process. It's not easy." Leah took a decision. She went into the cocoon form. She stuck so much into that. Days passed on. She regretted, but she said, same voice, "Wait. Don't take a wrong decision. Wait. And after some time, the miracle happened. It got the wings and came off the cocoon with the strength that it wants. Then it took its first flight and just, joined its team. And from there, you can see the bird's eye view of, oh, it's very beautiful than what I am as a caterpillar. Sometimes change is not acceptable at times, but we don't do it naturally. But as for the nature cycle, it compels us to take. With this as opening, we'll just keep talking about transformation and change. So now, for the benefit of the guest, I'll just brief you before going to the agenda how this meeting is segregated. There's 3 parts to this meeting. The one is prepared speech, where our renowned speakers has their prepared speech ready to deliver on the stage, which aligns with the project and levels which have chosen. And number 2 is table topic master. So that's an impromptu speech where you will be given a chance. We encourage all the new guests to participate and experience it, which we are talking about the change, embracement. This is the time. Go embrace the change and take the chance. So this is the second phase. The third one is the evaluation part. How is this meeting all going on? Qualitative and quantitative. Both analysis will be done. At the end of the meeting, the evaluators will give her feedback.
Okay, once again, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Today, I will performing general evaluator for the meeting. I will proceeding overall performing meeting, and end of the meeting I will provide the feedback overall general meeting. Before that, I have supporting team for the tag team. Tag team nothing but timer, accounter, and grammarian. Let me introduce them. First, I will introduce the timer. He is working in the software professional in Chicago. Is whenever he having free time, he watching movie and sometimes reading books. Let's welcome Toastmaster Vignesh. Briefly about that.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I'll be playing the role of a timer. As a timer, my job is to keep timing of all the speeches in today's proceedings, and also help you with your pacing of your speech and finishing it on time. To help with that, I'll be showing 3 cards. Green card will be shown when your speech has met the minimum requirement time, and yellow card is for is the midpoint between your minimum requirement time and your end time. And when I show the red card, and it's time for you to wrap up your speech, and I will submit my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Next, I welcome the accountant. Before that, I little bit introduce them. He is completed electronical and communication engineering. He wished to proceeding from filling gold to drilling gold. Do you know meaning of filling gold to? Okay. Let's welcome Toastmaster summaries. Briefing is our keep it in.
So, good evening, everyone. So, myself Sabrish, and today I took up the role of R counter role. So, the main purpose of this role is to note the R counters, note the crutch words and fillers used by every Toastmaster and let them know so that they could avoid this in the future speeches. So, today I'll be looking out for the filler words and crunch words, and even I'll be looking for the words that people use twice. So yeah, that's my role. So I will submit my report at the end to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Okay. Next, I will introduce the grammarian. He is working in almost more than 10 years experience. He is working a Tiger Analytics experience in the analytics level. Let's welcome grammarian Toastmaster Arun.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, my role is to carefully listen to all your speeches and make note of good usage, not good usage of English language. And for today's meeting, the word of the day is transformation. Okay. It's a noun which means a dramatic change in the form, appearance, or structure, or it can be the behavior or character. That means transformation, and it can have different aspects. We can either look at it from physical perspective. A change could be in the structure, or it could be like as human beings we become stronger and growing taller, or it can be on the personal side, change in your mindset, sleeping patterns, or your habits, right? Or learning new skills like public speaking is also a personal change which leads to transformation. And in society or in technology, you would see transformations. We are seeing digital transformations happening all around the world. And then the natural transformation, right? What Gokul mentioned, caterpillar transforming to a butterfly. So that's the word of the day that we have. So how do we use this word in our everyday speeches, right? I'll give you a few examples. Say I have seen a big change in my fitness since I started running regularly. Okay, or the park which is nearby has seen such a transformation after renovation, as if like it looks brand new. Okay, or the third example could be sometimes small changes, whatever that we embrace, will lead to a remarkable transformation over a period of time, right? So these are a few examples. I encourage you all to use the word of the day, transformation, in your speeches. Let's make it happen. And whenever Toastmaster Suresh would call upon, I will present my grammarian report. Thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you for the brief introduction. Also, I have the supporting team for the prepared speech evaluator. Let me introduce later appropriate time. Now, I hand over a stage back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, coming back to the team. So now it's started running. No, not yet. Now you tell me just what is that one transformation or the change that you have taken in your life that made you such a different person? Could be anything. Specifically, I started waking up 4 o'clock in the morning and I start go to bed at 5 o'clock. Getting married. Dude, the themes now, it suits you. You transform because of the marriage. Fine. That joining Toastmaster. Anyone's you?
It started like daily. I used to make half an hour a technical session because that helps me to in caterpillar, right? So I have that half an hour dedicatedly learning.
Great. Great. So all who sitting here has already taken a change, embraced it, now in the transformation stage. Right? We all agree, right? So with that as the start, we'll move to the speakers now. There's the first phase which I already told you. There are three phases. The first phase is a speaker, prepared speech. The first. So before introducing the speaker, I would like to talk about the evaluator of the speaker. I'd call upon Toastmaster Shiva to brief about the target speakers, project and the levels to align the speech.
So good evening all, and a special good evening to my target speaker Raghu. So he is presenting level 4 project 1, level 4 elective project about managing difficult audiences under motivational strategy. The purpose of the project is the speaker to handle or learn the skills about handling the audience outside of the Toastmaster. So Toastmaster is an organized system, and we will be following the general guidelines like all the ground rules given by the Sergeant at Arms. But when the same speaker goes to a public event or delivering the speech outside of the Toastmasters, how can he control the audience, or what are the required skills to engage the audience? So that is the purpose of the project, and the time is 10 to 15 minutes. Timer, please note that the time is 10 to 15 minutes. All the best to you. Over to you, General. So, sir, this is one of the special projects he is delivering today. All the role players are available.
What are the different types of audience? If you want the names,
Okay.
tell the name.
Okay.
What are the types of audience?
Okay.
What is it
Okay.
in this project?
So, on the request of the speaker, so if you look into that audiences, right, there will be lot of audiences in any meeting. So, not only in the speeches, the public speaking. One such audience can be the talker. The talker won't allow the speaker to talk. So I used to face that, no need to reveal, I used to face that persons whenever we have a team meeting or whenever we have an issue discussion. The talker used to say what the speaker is trying to say. Okay, that is the talker. And the interrupter. This interrupter keep on interrupting the meeting or meeting decorum. Okay. So this second person, and the third person will be charter. So he don't bother about what's going on. Okay. So maybe most of the persons you can see that he will or she will be listening to something or he will be doing something, and the critical person is the arguer. He won't listen to the or agree with that speaker, whatever he says, and the first and the best person is silent type. Okay. Again, he won't bother what's happening. Just came for the meeting. Okay. So now the speaker's duty is to handle all these situations. Also, he has to exhibit the necessary skills required for handling all these people. Okay. So all the best to you, Raghu. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. This speaker is working in a mechanical field in a renowned organization, Caterpillar, and he's a calm and composed person. You can see him, silently working for the team, the growth of this entire group. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Raghu to present his speech. When the role changed, Toastmaster Raghu, when the role changed.
What this sound resembles you? Mosquito? Yes. Just I tried ambulance. He accepted. Thanks for accepting the sound of ambulance. I want to ask one question. Parenting. If what in your mind resembles if you hear the word of parenting?
Child.
Never try that. It's very difficult.
First we need to have a child.
Any answer from this side? Parenting. For me, parenting is sleepless nights,
Patience.
feeding food,
Patience.
patience, and also we have to guide for their life. One night, she was trembling and her voice was very low. She said, I can't able to breathe. I went and checked her hands. Her hands are cold. She was shivering. I took her to the hospital. The doctor examined her and told, please take her to immediately the big hospital. Then I immediately called the ambulance. The ambulance came and I took her into the ambulance. When I am inside the ambulance, I talked to her to keep him more active, but her voice was struggling. Within a few minutes, Venkat, do you like to share something? Okay. If you need to share, please share. Thank you. Within a few minutes, her voice stopped. Her eyes closed. I started crying. I shouted. I don't know what to do. But after some minutes, it's reached the hospital. Then they immediately took her to the ICU. After doctor came from the ICU and told her oxygen level is very low and there is heartbeat is increasing. So we not able to assure. We have to wait still for 24 hours. It hit me, my head. Then hospital management asked to pay 50,000 immediately at that midnight. Then they told to pay 50,000. At the midnight, in my packet and in my account, I have only 20,000. So I called my friends and relatives. That time I recollected our timer because time is running. I have to pay. Then I called. Some of them picked and get panicked, and they.
So, who did you call during that time? And what hospital were you in?
It was a hospital in Coimbatore. I called my close friends and my relatives only. Then they picked some of them and they transferred the amount, and immediately I paid the amount for the hospital.
You shifted from a small hospital to a big hospital.
Yes, I.
Both in India.
No, it is 50 kilometers. Because if they are asking the initial amount only, because they need to do surgery like that, so they asked immediately asked to pay 50,000. Then next 3 days it was I am sitting before the ICU. I am able to see only 1 minute or 2 minutes her. But when I go inside, first day she was unconscious. The second day, when I entered, she started crying. She told, please take me out from the hospital. I am not able to handle this all medicines. Please take me out. Third day also same thing happened. Finally, the fourth day, where the real challenge came for me. She shifted to the room. Now I take care of her like child. She wants everything, for feeding, for giving the medicine, for for uh, for moving to some places, for every.
How many days were you there in hospital?
I was nearly 10 days.
Can you explain how it was 5 days spent away?
Company gave you pay.
I will come. Thanks for asking questions. I will come one by one. First, I finish her.
So can you explain how it was 5 days spent away?
I will explain. In the upcoming speech, I will explain. Thanks. What's your question?
Company pays. I mean, company pays. You don't have any.
Insurance. Next day, they told insurance will be claimed on morning only. But insurance also not that much amount get from the insurance.
Company give us.
Has to be some maximum
Holiday.
Sorry?
on the extra.
No, you have to clear that. That is paid leave or
That is paid leave only. Now, coming to that, I take her for next 1 month to recover her. After she recovered slowly, then I start going for the job. On the fine day, she called me and told, you took care of me like mother. That is the transformation I got. Yes, it is my mother. Now, on that situation, my mother become child for me. I become mother for her. During this, roles changed. Yes, mother. I learned 3 things from this transformation. I like to share with you all. The first thing, please be healthy. Because if you are keep your health in proper way, then only you are able to help others. Second, cherish with loved ones. Please spend some time every day with your loved ones. Don't wait for a week or don't hesitate to mingle with your family members. Third one, be financially prepared. We don't know when emergency will come. Please save at least 10% of your income. Yes, it's good question, but in our mindset, we have a government hospital. Doctors are not. They are doing, but they are not doing best as private. Point. I taken this point. I agree. During that COVID, they only supported a lot. I accept that, but nowadays, but even though in comparing with private and government hospital, there was difference, right? So, so if we be able to spend, then we can go. If you are not able to spend, then there is no chance. We have to go for a government hospital only. Whatever it is, our family is first. That is the training. Job, all other things are second. Be ready to spend time for who loved you. That is the one learning I got from this experience. Thank you.
So what that blocks us when we have an idea? Something blocks us, right? Maybe in our day-to-day lives, so much of thoughts comes in your mind. What blocks us from not taking that first step?
Fear of failure.
Fear of failure. So like the Leah fears to go inside the cocoon, right? So that fear. So in the next, after the next speaker, you can tell me what is the one thing that we can do to come out of the fear. Just be ready with the answer. We will move on to the next speaker now. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Lakia to introduce a target speaker, the project on the level. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings. Today my target speaker, Toastmaster Francis, will be delivering his second project of level 1, speech, writing a speech with purpose in the pathway persuasive influence. I will lay the objectives of the speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topics. Timer, please note, this duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes.
Francis currently owns RoboGate India Private Limited, and then he is also a psychologist and a hypnotherapist. So he is a spark of this entire crowd, makes people come together. So I would like to call upon Francis to do his speech. Power of silent K, letter K. Word that changes my life. Toastmaster Francis. Toastmaster Francis. Power of silent letter K. Word that changed my life. Over to you.
After joining Toastmasters, I came to know that there are evaluators here to evaluate us. But this evaluator or evaluation process was not new for me. I have been facing this from my childhood. And I had a very bad evaluator. Do you want to know who this evaluator was? By the time I was in 9th standard, my English was so bad that my teacher would be pulling me up every time for my bad English and my bad grammar. I decided one day that I will bring a change in my life. I will transform from what I was to what I need to be. I realized that English was an unknown subject, known yet unknown, because grammar was like an alien to me. Proverbs, nouns, pronouns, adverbs, verbs, they were all like UFOs, sighted but never discovered. So after taking this dive to bring this change in me, I started to venture into new world of grammar. The word no, K-N-O-W, this was the word which changed my life. One day, when my father was teaching me, he was a bad evaluator, which I was earlier telling. He evaluated this word as K-N-O-W, kno, for which I was punished also. Thereafter, I decided that I have to venture and find out from where this word or silent letters came into existence. Thereafter, during my inquiry, I came to know that it was not K alone. There was a list of other words like B, C, D, G, H,
K, L, M was not there, sorry, L, N, R, T and W. These were the words also in the line, which is going to give more empowerment to my father to evaluate me. Then the day I decided upon how to find out, I ventured into internet and found out that these words are called as aptongs. Aptong is a word which is used for a single letter or double letter which is used in any kind of word but not pronounced. In fact, it was the Britishers who would not pronounce K if it is followed by N. And likewise, there were other countries who had their own words of origin where they tried to introduce aptongs. So that's how we have a lot of words like rot, knife, knuckle, a lot of words where there are alphabets which are not pronounced, though it exists there. Thereafter, in my 10th standard, I had a very beautiful class teacher, English class teacher, in fact, whose name was Indira Menon. Now, whenever in the class questions were asked, my hands would become very heavy, reluctant not to raise on top. In fact, I feel many of you would have encountered this kind of situation in your lifetime, in your classroom, when the hands would not go up when teachers are asking questions. So, in fact, that simply says that you do not know the answer. I decided to approach my class teacher, Miss Indira Menon, to help me out for a better vocabulary. And she told me, Francis, I can help you out. Ma'am, what can I do? How? I want to transform myself. Then she said, there are 2 books which would change your life. So one book is A Deep Sea of Knowledge and the other is How to Swim in this Deep Sea of Knowledge. I said, ma'am, please elaborate more. Then my madam, Indra Miss, she told me the Deep Sea of Knowledge is the book called Oxford English Dictionary. And the second book was Wren & Martin, which is a book of composition and grammar. These 2 books I purchased and I embraced that change to bring in my life. I started putting a lot of efforts. Every day I would take the newspaper, underline all those words which would bump off my head, which I did not know, and take the meaning out of it, then refer it with the other book called Wren & Martin, so that I can put it into the right sentence and use in my day-to-day communication. Now, another biggest challenge for me in my life was where and how I am going to use this word. I need to find somebody. And finding somebody to communicate in English, it was like searching a needle in a haystack. Now, everybody would have heard a proverb, make hay while the sun shines. I decided to do that. Whenever I got an opportunity to speak to someone, I would use all these words which I have recently learned and use it in a sentence to communicate. When this transformation was just happening, suddenly there was a news that my class teacher, my mentor, has resigned and she is moving back to Kerala for her marriage. Suddenly I felt abandoned. The life completely stopped. But then I decided I would not relent to this situation. I will accept this challenge. I will persuade. I won't give up. And here I understood one more thing is practice makes man perfect. Though it was very difficult time for me, since everything was new without a mentor, to handle everything on my own was very, very difficult. But I accepted that challenge. I changed myself. Suddenly, one day, I came to know that my teacher wants a reunion. That is the time we all met there, all the students, and when we were communicating with her, when my turn came and when I was communicating with her, she was flabbergasted, overwhelmed, could not accept it that it was me a guy who was very shy, never used to talk in English, no communication, zero communication, talking in such a fluent manner. She asked all the students to give a big round of applause. And that is how I got that ovation from them. So words are very important. The silent letter which we are talking about is knowledge. So the words which we use in our daily life, it's very important. It will take us from one part of the life to another. That is how my transformation happened from zero to hero. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Francis, for the wonderful speech. Now, we all move to the next part of the meeting, that table topic master. A Toastmasters, Satya, to host the table topic. And she is a project manager in an IT sector, specializing in the B2C domain. She leads both the development and quality assurance team. Satya is a simple and friendly individual who enjoys building meaningful connections with people. When we asked her how do she manage a tough time, what is that one kind of tool that you used to do it, she say, I'll go talk to people, understand the problem first. Let's talk. Don't assume things. So that way she'll connect to people to solve the problem. So that's one of the positive sign of connecting with people. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Satya to present the table topic.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so when we are talking about embracing change, why not embrace some change in the way we are conducting the table topic session? So, to transform you all into a public speaker, this is the one session which is going to make you, feel the surprise. So, this session, I'll just give a glimpse of how it is going to be. It is going to be an educational session also where we are going to learn a lot of idioms. Idioms are nothing but a short form of saying a sentence. For example, instead of saying good luck, you can say break a leg. So that is how English language goes. So this will help break a leg. Break a leg. Let's break a leg. So when you're wishing someone, come on man, break a leg. So that is how it is told. So these idioms will help you grow in your corporate career also. So please take your pen and paper and take a note of whatever idiom I am saying. Okay, I want some volunteer to take the first idiom. Who is coming? Come on, Balaji. I have an idiom for you. I have written that. Okay. Okay. The idiom is change from the ground up. Change from the ground up, which means building something, which is your business, of course. I had it in mind. Building something right from scratch. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, it is change from the ground up, which means to completely build or transform something from its foundation.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I know Satya's put in efforts to, picturize an ideal topic for me, which I'm very glad. It meant a lot for me to, build something from scratch. The simplest part is you do not realize that what you're actually doing until it is substantial, and then people like you all recognize, okay, you've done something. It is very hard for you even to come to grounds that you're building something. The simplest thing was, every single person in this room sitting in your bed, scrolling through your phone, must have had millions and zillions of ideas going through your head. Like, you can do that, I can do this, I will make this, I will finish this. Such ideas, flood our heads every single day. And I was the same person who had so many ideas but didn't make an action. But then one fine day I realized it is not about having so many ideas in your head. It is about taking that one single step forward and executing only one particular idea that you think. So, me building something from scratch was an evolution of me that particular day realizing that it is not just dreaming, it's just waking up, taking that one step towards it. The magic is, once you are done with that first step, there's an evolution that happens. That there's the cyclonic wave that gets created. That one step is what it matters. When you step into it, the wave takes care of every other single thing. I ran for so many things. As simple as, okay, now that I've started doing it, there are people who are looking at it, there are people who need it, there are people who want it. So to answer all these people, to help every single one of them, there's only one way to go. I had to run. I had to make it happen. I had to do things. So to start things from scratch, to build things from scratch, there's no bigger hidden secret mantra. It is just that take that one single step forward. The rest, all the waves and the evolution will take care. Thank you so much.
I think that was something which he had in his mind for a long time, which he could connect with us. Who is the second lucky person? Welcome. Okay. Toastmaster Veera, yours is roll with the punches. The idiom is roll with the punches, which means adapting to changing circumstances. How easily you will adapt to any changes. How easily you will be adapting to any changes. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Okay, during my college days, one of my relative kid asking me that question. Like that is a provoking question. Why? Because he asked wherever we are seeing some ants are roaming here and there, but unexpectedly we are stabbing that ant and it is killed by us, right? So anytime you have regret that he's asking the question, but when he asked the question, on that moment I just regretted that. Then I just come up with an experiment. I collected all ants and putting into that one bottle. It is like ant colony. Just inverted the bottle and full of ants there. I tried to stop that. Okay, like it is bundled there. Then I realized all ants are roaming here and there. Like it is splitted and roaming here and there. Then after sudden, it all went to in same direction to looking to that sweet. It is the targeted thing. Okay. Likewise, we are getting into some. We have set some goals in our mind. Sometimes, due to some situation, unsituationally, we are misleaded that and we have reacted based on the situation and moved out of the goal. So we have to think like an ant, and we should be taken our direction towards the goal. That is a good lesson I learned in that college days. So when Satya gave this topic, suddenly I struck out that idea. So this is all about. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Veera. Who's the next person? Yeah, Toastmaster Venkat. Toastmaster Venkat, your idiom is bend with the wind. Bend with the wind, which means be flexible and adjust to new situations. So you have to tell us how flexible and adjustable you are to a new situation if it comes in your life.
Mike.
Bend with the wind. So that's the idiom. So Toastmasters and guests, very good evening. So what I remember is a couple of years before, I was a core techie. I used to develop applications, websites using .NET, Java, etc. So I was a core techie for more than a decade. And there was opportunity to take up a management role. So it's because of the circumstances, there was opportunity to take up a management role. I wanted to pick it up to in line with bending with wind. I took up that. So to learn the basics, to learn the ropes, I went to pursue my MBA, management studies. I finished it, then came back and took up the role. And during the my technical role, I was a core techie, people believed that I cannot do the management role, which I also believed. But just because I was forced to take up that option, or maybe I wanted to bend with the wind, I took it up. I may not be as successful as manager as I could have been in the technical role, but still, just it's embracing the change. It might not be a successful transformation, but just just opportunity which I picked it up. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkat, who blended the idiom of the day and the idiom which I gave in a beautiful way in the way you spoke. Toastmaster Venkat. Toastmaster Venkat, yours is take a bull by the horns. Take a bull by the horns, which means how you will confront challenges head on and you will get new opportunities. If confronted with a new challenge, how you will turn it into an opportunity.
So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Yes, I always see that we feel that when we are going in a very rough phase of life, believe me that definitely you are going ahead for the good times which are coming not far away. I still remember uh, when times are, especially in business, when times are not going which we plan, and at the most time I would think that okay, I feel that it is not the right time for the place to do here a business, so we can go to the next place where we feel that the cost is efficient, especially while purchasing the plot or a property to develop my next stages of my business. I didn't take much, but having a hope of building a great projects and a great infrastructure. One sudden time, I felt that one customer who was desperate in a need of money, and I got him. I cracked him with a good deal. Definitely, it took me to the next stage of my career. So I always believe that yes, there will be a toughest time which will we get ahead, but it's all about the survival of the fittest, and you know how to handle it. Everyone is going to a rough phase of their life. Yes, definitely, but at a certain time you will get wonderful opportunities are waiting ahead. So don't give up at a very short time. Always be ready to face anything in your life. You can go a greater heights ahead. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkat. Can we have one more table topic? Satish? Yes. Toastmaster Satish, morph into something. That is the idiom, morph into something. Tell us about a gradual or subtle transformation which led you to the person who you are over the years. Tell us about the small steps what you took which led you to the person you are. Thank you. Toastmaster Satish.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Hello guests and Toastmasters. So I will share about my experience which I faced a couple of years back. So like I was working as a production engineer, then I moved into the planning role in my current organization. So I was working as a planner alongside with my boss. So one fine day, couple of years back, he resigned it. Okay, so that was the most worried factor was for me. So and I was overwhelmed with lot of good things at that time. So so I was asked to continue the thing which was done by my boss, who interacts with all the product lines across the Europe and Northern America. So I had a fairness there. Then again, I was blessed with a girl baby during that time, and again I got enrolled in my MBA. So overwhelmed with a lot of good things. So I was facing a challenge to take over my boss role. Okay, because I had to interact with my the counterpart who is working at Europe, sometimes the executive level in the Northern America region. So I am like a representing face of my current organization from India. So I had a fear. Eventually, so I am a kind of introvert person. So who avoid talking to anybody, new faces or anything kind of a meeting environment. So that was like a forced kind of transformation happened to me. So I took it positively. I was just thinking this is the right time. I should take this role so that it will be like betterment for my future career. So I every day I think or being as a production engineer and transforming into some like handling the business uh, the orders and the future orders, the forecast, everything like that. That was the transformation. It was like I was overwhelmed with the good things. Sometimes I feel like it is a blessing from my God. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being a wonderful audience and being a sport to participate and to talk about your experience. Thank you, Toastmaster Avadare. Over to you, Toastmaster Gokul.
Thanks, Toastmaster Satya, for giving that wonderful concept. Now we are going to enter the third phase, evaluation phase. Before entering into the evaluation phase, let's discuss a few points about this transformation and the embracing the change, right? So, a tip to understand whether the change is needed or not is very, very important before even taking a first step, right? You get an idea. Yes. Is it your idea? Is somebody's idea? That's first question. Is it benefiting you or others? Second question. Third one, before he goes to bed, right? Think about this. Wake up in the morning, 5 in the morning, go in front of the mirror and just talk to yourself about this idea, about this change. Am I ready for the resilience this change is going to give me? Am I comfortable with all these things? Look at all the aspects, understand you first, tell your auditory that you are into this change. You have to be completely equipped with that kind of requirement first to adapt to any change. Just by the sake of putting an idea into an action, don't do it. Next day, we'll be waking up at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. That happens. Now, I'll call upon the evaluators to give the evaluation about the meeting and the speech. So, I'll call upon Suresh, Toastmaster Suresh,